This is Courage Barbell, and I'm Chad Ikes. Today, I want to talk about the movie Lincoln and some thoughts that it gave me, but I also want to ask you guys to like this channel, subscribe to this channel, hit the alert little bell button on this channel so you know when new ones come out, and share this channel, and please comment on this channel. Some of the stuff I talk about is going to be pretty intense, and a lot of people are going to have some pretty strong feelings about it. And the whole idea of this channel is to be courageous and open up your mind, open up your heart, speak what you believe. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to comment. Our society needs people to be courageous and stand up for what they believe while being open-minded enough to listen to both sides. Every side, no matter how many sides are on a argument. So, can't remember when this movie came out, 2014-ish maybe. Starring Daniel Day-Lewis. It's about Abraham Lincoln and the amendment to stop slavery. I've looked into this movie a little bit because I enjoyed the movie. I think it's a great movie, and I wanted to know how accurate it was. And they had a staff of historians to help consult on the movie, and I've read a lot of different articles from other historians. It seems to me there's pretty much a consensus that yes, this was a pretty true to life portrait of what happened. There are some things that different historians say are a little off. It seemed like what most of that was some of the other characters in the movie, not necessarily Abraham Lincoln. But again, this is, you have someone that there's no one alive today that knew him. You can't talk to him. You can't ask him. It's all kind of hearsay. So what was he actually like? What did he actually do? What actually happened behind closed doors? We don't really know. This is our best recollection of what went on. And they researched a lot of comments that people actually said about him, people that retold stories that he had told, so forth. The first thing that I really liked about this movie, and that I'm glad that they showed, was how stressful and how difficult this was on Abraham Lincoln. Because a lot of people, it wasn't about, the war wasn't about racists. And yeah, there was other stuff involved. But racism was a very big point for Abraham Lincoln. And a lot of the people that fought in this war and were in the government during this war, that was a big part of it. They go into detail where it was a struggle between his ultimate moral code, which was, okay, racism is bad, but in order to be successful at getting rid of racism, he had to kind of bend some of the other rules that he followed himself, either laws or even from his own moral code. He was a lawyer, so he knew the law, and he knew how the government worked, and he definitely was bent, skirted, hit the edge of legal right and wrong and government process right and wrong in order to make this happen. But he knew in the end that I'm not a big fan of gray areas. I think a lot of things are black and white. There is some gray, but our society is going all gray now. And there needs to be black and white. So, and I like in the end, he followed the black and white. Like slavery's wrong. We need to stop it. Okay? I need to do whatever I can do to make that happen. And I agree with him 100%. Slavery is horrible. I'm not talking about just the blacks. I'm talking about every race that's ever been held in slavery, and there's been a lot. It's wrong. No man or woman deserves to own any other man or woman. Period. How that even happened has baffled me since I was a little bitty kid. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand what makes any person think they can own someone else, or that they're so much better than someone else that they can own them. That's messed up. Now, the second part of the movie that I honestly never really paid much attention to before. And I think I only paid attention this time because I think that racism is actually becoming worse right now in our society. And I think there's many reasons for that. But the fact that it is, and the fact that there is a sect of the black population, and I say sect because not every black person is the same. It's stupid to even try to categorize them like that. But there is part of the black population that's against racism that blames white people for this, and that white people owe them for this. And I have never owned a slave. No one in my family that I've ever heard of knows a slave because my ancestry is mostly German, and they came after slavery and before World War II. So I had nothing to do with it. Any racism that ever came out of my mouth was when I was young, and it was in defense of myself. And even at that, the racism that came on to me, I don't blame it all black people because black people were picking on me for being white. There was individuals that were picking on me. It wasn't all black people. So what I noticed in this movie is I was like, a whole Senate of white people, a whole House of white people, and a white president. Interesting. There was almost close to 3 million soldiers fought in the Civil War. Around 200 million were for the North, and about, I think it was 750 to a million for the South. The vast majority of those soldiers were white. How can all white people have caused slavery? The vast majority of the country fought to end slavery because they knew it was wrong. So, it seems to me, and that's just maybe my take on it, which might not be correct. But in talking to my black friends and trying to talk about this subject to people, there's a lot of times where a lot of people come in and white people are bad, white people are horrible, white people put us into slavery. No, not really. And it was mostly white people but it is mostly white people that helped get you out. I shouldn't say that. It's mostly white people that helped end slavery, which should have been ended, needed to be ended. And there was a lot of black soldiers that fought in that war, and I think probably more black people would have fought in that war if we would have allowed them to. But see, there was that stupid, there was a cross. There was a lot of white people, and they're like, slavery's bad, but I don't give them the power, which is asinine too. They're people. They're people like white people. There's no damn scientific proof whatsoever that says any race is better than any other race. Period. We're all people. Good people of all colors, bad people of all colors, intelligent people of all colors, dumb people of all colors, athletic people of all colors. It goes on and on. There's nothing, no proof, not 1 piece of proof that says any race is better than any other race. So all I'm trying to do is go, maybe the portion of the people that are blaming white people off for this need to back off a little bit. And don't blame me for it. I had nothing to do with it. I have no white guilt whatsoever because I had absolutely nothing to do with any slavery. And anything I ever said in my life that was racist, I got back on me twofold, if not more. And what I did say was because I was being picked on for being a white guy. And I could go into that later in more detail and maybe another episode. I don't really think it's important though, because people are people. I got picked on, so what? Doesn't matter what color they were. Didn't make it right, and that still didn't make me retaliating the way I did right, which is why I don't do it. And then, if we go back to, there were tribes in Africa that fought with other tribes to capture members, to imprison them, and then sell them. So it was people from Africa selling people from Africa. So where are they to blame in this? You can't say that white people are the full blame in this. There's a lot of people that are to blame in this. And quite honestly, at this point, what does it matter? Like, anyone that had anything to do with causing slavery is dead. It's over. It was horrible. It was wrong. I will agree with that till the day I die. Now let's make it better. And part of why I'm doing this video is, like I said, I think racism, we're done with slavery, but there's still racism out there. And you cannot solve all racism, first of all. Be realistic about it. Be realistic about how slavery started. Be realistic about the chances of stopping racism. It's not going to happen. There's going to be people racist of every nationality forever. But let's get it to a minimum. Let's not make it a societal thing. Let's make it, you're the outliers. You got an issue with black people. You got an issue with white people. You got an issue with Mexican people. Like, just shut the hell up because we don't want to hear it. But this is America, so feel however you want, but like none of us are going to agree with you. And got to get my point back here. So this is where I think we need to step back and take a look at reality and go, wait a minute, okay. First of all, putting blame at this point is useless. Understanding our history, understanding what happened, how it happened, who was actually involved, that's kind of important so that we can never let this happen again. Then let's move forward to today and let's go, okay, is there still racism going on? What is the racism? And let's not let our feelings get in the way again. But let's actually look at the truth and what's really happening. What do we need to fix? And then how can we fix it? But if we're trying to fix stuff that isn't true, we're just wasting our time. That's stupid. Okay? So we need to look at all this with reality. We need to open up our minds. We need to have the courage to open up our minds, put our feelings to the side, and look at this logically. And go, is it really the truth? I remember when I was young, and I think I've probably done this at times, and I saw my brother and sister do this at times, where we get our feelings so hurt that we think the whole world's against us, nobody likes us, and we did wrong, we got punished, and that's that. It was our own fault. We needed to take responsibility for what we did, not blame other people for our actions. And I see adults doing this still to this day. They're having the victim mentality. Everything happened to them, instead of just going, wait a minute, here's the situation. This is what happened. It happened. It happens to a lot of people. How can I better this? How can I not let this happen again? How can I move forward? We need to, as a race, as a society, not as a race, as a society, as races of people all living together in one society, we need to get past this and we need to move forward. And I think that's what was happening until this last year. 2020 has been an awful year. If you stop and look around and remember back to when I'm almost 50, so back to when I was a kid, and even before that, if you look at the progression that's happened, we were doing pretty good. I live in a I guess lower middle class neighborhood. I got a nice little house. I got a bunch of cool neighbors. It's probably mostly white. But I have some black friends that live down the street. I train one of their sons. I have an American Indian that lives right next to me. There's a Mexican family down the street. To me, they're all Americans. But at some point, you've got to stop and go, listen, let me open my eyes here. It's not racist to open your eyes and look. I'm just looking and I'm going, this is cool. It's a variety. Like, they don't have to worry about anything. These people, we all make similar incomes. We all work hard. It's a nice little neighborhood. Everybody takes care of their stuff. Like, we're all in the same boat, man. Like, we're all trying to be successful in this world and live a decent life. Doesn't matter what color we are. Doesn't matter where we came from. Doesn't matter where our great-great-great-great-great-grandfather came from. As far as I'm concerned, we're all Americans. We're all somewhere in that little middle class deal. So that's my take on this movie, and that's a little bit of how my mind works. Even when I'm watching the movie, I'm having all these different thoughts and stuff. And just, here's an additional thought that just popped into my mind. And I do a lot of these videos, just thoughts. It's not rehearsed. It's not planned out. And because I want it to be that way. I want you to this is just me throwing this out. But I know I've seen a lot of, there's black people out there that'll go, well, you're not black, you don't know. And I go, yeah, that's why I ask the black people that I do know. I am a white guy, not a black guy. I don't know what it's like to be a black man. I don't know what your experience as an individual are. But then these same people will go, oh, you have white, what the hell do they call it? White advantage, or I can't even remember what they call it. Like, apparently I get a house because I'm a white person. Like, they're going to tell me I can't know what they feel, but they won't say, but then they'll tell me what I go through. Well, they're not white. They don't know what I went through. They don't know what my life is like. They're judging it on what they think. And they see somebody who has, or they see more white people that have this or that, and then they think we're all the same. And we're not all the same. And that, to me, is racism person calling another person racist. Like, it's racist for you to judge me because of the color of my skin at all. White privilege. What white privilege do I have? Did you live my life? Do you know what I've been through? No. Nobody gave me nothing. And anyway, the only way to solve this, to me, is to be real. To have the courage to be real. To have the courage to actually look at things, to actually think about things, to actually put yourself in someone else's shoes. And that's why I try to talk to the white people I know. There's another really good YouTube channel, and I can't think of the name of it right now. Uncomfortable Conversations with the Black Man. I can't think of the host's name, though. That's a great program. I don't always agree with it, but it's a great program. Just to hear other people's sides. And I wish that guy would have me on. I would love to talk to him. I would love to do an episode with him. But I'm trying to see the other side. I'm trying to understand it. And that's why I say comment, man. If you watch this video and you're pissed off, comment. Let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. If you watch it and you go, right on, Chad, that was cool. Comment. Just comment. Go, hey, Chad, that was cool. That's all going to help. It's all going to help this channel grow. It's going to help me come out, be able to talk about more stuff. It's going to help my Courage Barbell, which is my associate channel to this, which is about strength training. And I'm going to let you guys go. This is the last day of 2020, so I hope everyone has a great 2021. I hope as a society we start pulling together and we get our shit right. And, I'm going to say it, make this country great again. I don't care who's the president. I still love this country, and I still think it's the best country out there, and I want it to be the best country it can be. Just like I want my family to be the best family it can be. Just like I want my lifters to be the best lifters they can be. Just like I want everybody to be the most courageous person that they can and best person they can be. All right, guys, I'm out, and I will talk to you later. Bye.